Ever watched an MMA bout? The thrill, the adrenaline, the primal sense of combat? Two warriors locked in an arena, each punch, each kick echoing the age-old dance of survival. But what if I told you that this spectacle of power, this raw display of physical prowess, carries a deeper philosophy, a profound insight into life itself? Picture yourself as the fighter stepping into that ring, the glaring lights, the roar of the crowd, the smell of anticipation. It's nerve-wracking, isn't it? It's life in its purest, most honest form. You against the world. Now imagine this. What if that ring is not made of ropes and steel, but the challenges life throws at you? What if those punches aren't from an opponent, but life's hardships, failures, and disappointments? Let me lay it out straight. Life is a brutal fight, an unforgiving arena, and you're the fighter, the warrior up against it. Sounds terrifying? It can be, but it can also be transformative. Martial arts, my friend, is not just about throwing punches or mastering kicks. It's about molding you into a complete individual, a warrior in the truest sense. It's about the journey from raw iron to gleaming steel. It's about transforming ordinary men into extraordinary fighters of life. Because let's face it, being a man isn't just about brute strength or macho swagger. It's about standing up to the trials of life, shouldering responsibilities, and weathering storms with grace. It's about cultivating the virtues of confidence, perseverance, courage, and respect. Traits that define not just a good fighter, but a great man. Life's a messy, convoluted journey. One moment, you're soaring. The next, you're flat on the ground. It's easy to get lost, to forget who you are, to confuse your self-worth with your mistakes. But imagine having a tool that could guide you, shape you, chisel away the rough edges, and transform you into the best version of yourself. Sounds like a far-off dream, right? Wrong. The answer lies in the ancient discipline of martial arts. Picture this, a chunk of raw iron, unrefined, shapeless, full of potential. Now imagine that iron being thrust into a blazing furnace, hammered on an anvil, and finally emerging as a sharp, gleaming sword. That's what martial arts can do to you. It's not about building muscles or learning fancy moves. It's about transforming raw potential into polished prowess. Take the case of Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. His story wasn't written in a fairy tale castle. It was carved out in the gritty realms of real life. Battling depression, substance abuse, the man was on the ropes. But did he give up? Hell no. He transformed his life, one punch at a time, using the lessons learned on the canvas. Now, he stands tall, a world champion, a beacon of hope, a living testament to the transformative power of the fighter's mindset. But here's the hard truth. This journey of transformation is a rocky road. It's a path where failure is your constant companion, where pain becomes your unsolicited mentor. But guess what? It's worth it. Because martial arts isn't about creating perfect warriors, it's about crafting resilient individuals. Remember, nobody enters this world as a perfect fighter. Every warrior, every champion you admire, once took their first unsure steps, threw their first awkward punches. They fell, they stumbled, they bruised, and yet they didn't quit. They embraced their flaws, their failures. They took their weaknesses and turned them into stepping stones to greatness. That's the beauty of martial arts. It's the art of embracing imperfections, of celebrating resilience. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, the relentless pursuit of progress. It teaches us to take our failures, our setbacks, and our weaknesses and use them as fuel for our transformation. Ever watched a fight? I mean, really watched it. Beyond the punches, beyond the kicks, there's a quiet storm, a raging sea of strategy and control. You see, the ring is a chessboard, and the fighter, a player maneuvering through calculated risks. But what if you could use that same strategy, that same fighter's mindset, to conquer life's battles? Picture this. Life is the ring, the challenges are your opponent, and you, my friend, are the fighter. Sounds daunting? It's supposed to be. But remember, every daunting task is just an opportunity in disguise. You see, a fighter doesn't just charge headlong into a battle. He watches, waits, strategizes. He conserves his energy, calculating each move, each decision. He understands that a fight isn't won with wild punches, but with controlled aggression and strategic action. Now imagine applying this same wisdom to your life. Instead of getting flustered by challenges, what if you could take a step back, analyze, strategize, and then strike with precision? Take Elon Musk, for instance, a real-life fighter. From being bullied as a child, dealing with company failures, near bankruptcy, to revolutionizing space and electric car industry, this man knows what it means to fight. He has consistently demonstrated how to turn adversities into advantages, using a fighter's mindset. Just like a martial artist, he adopted a strategy, waited for the right moment, and struck with precision. Because here's the truth: life will throw punches at you, jobs will be lost, relationships will end, dreams will shatter, and in those moments, you have two choices. You can either crumble under the weight, or you can fight, not with recklessness, but with strategy and control. So, how do you cultivate this mindset? You train, you sweat, you push your boundaries, you stumble, you fall, and then you rise, stronger, wiser, tougher. You surround yourself with people who inspire you, who push you, who bring out the best in you. You work relentlessly, tirelessly, fearlessly. You evolve. Remember, a fighter's mindset is not born in the comfort of a cushy bed, but in the relentless grind of the training arena. It's not about the glory of the win, it's about the grind that leads to it. Let's take a step back and think for a moment. What is courage? Is it the absence of fear? Is it the ability to stand up to challenges? Or is it something more, something deeper? For a warrior, courage isn't just about being fearless. It's about acknowledging your fear and moving forward anyway. This is where philosophy steps in, offering a deeper, richer understanding of courage. Stoics, for example, believe in enduring confidence and industriousness. They acknowledge the reality of life's trials, but they don't surrender. They face the storm head-on, riding out its wrath, emerging stronger. Consider Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor. His personal writings, known as Meditations, reveal a man who saw life's challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and learning. For him, courage wasn't just about braving the battlefield, but also about confronting life's hardships with equanimity. Now consider Nietzsche, a philosopher who saw courage as the path to living self-sufficiently, free from societal norms. To him, courage meant dancing to your own tune, not being swayed by the ebb and flow of societal expectations. Picture this: living your life, being true to yourself, not seeking approval or validation, but being authentically, unapologetically you. That's Nietzschean courage for you. And then we have Buddha, who regarded courage as a commitment to enlightenment, to overcome fear and transform suffering into awakening. Think about it: the courage to confront your deepest fears, your darkest shadows, and emerge enlightened. Sounds intimidating, right? But remember, just like a caterpillar morphs into a butterfly, true transformation requires courage and commitment. Courage, my brothers, isn't just about standing up to a physical enemy. It's about standing up to life's trials, your internal demons. It's about being authentic, being resilient, being true. Life is an uphill battle. Sometimes it's a steep climb, and at others, a mountain to conquer. It can feel overwhelming, especially when you're facing the climb alone. But what if you could harness an inner strength? What if you could tap into a reserve of courage that you didn't know existed? This is where the power of self-improvement and personal responsibility comes in. Building courage is like lifting weights. You start small with what you can handle. Each day, you push a little harder, lift a little heavier. You struggle, you sweat, you sometimes fail. But with each failure, each struggle, you get stronger. And one day, you realize that what once seemed impossible is now within your grasp. Remember, courage doesn't come from looking at others and comparing your life to theirs. It comes from looking in the mirror, staring at your past self, and realizing how far you've come. It comes from acknowledging your flaws, your mistakes, your weaknesses, and instead of wallowing in self-pity, choosing to use them as stepping stones. Let's take the story of David Goggins, a retired Navy SEAL. His journey from a troubled childhood, obesity, and a dead-end job to becoming one of the world's top endurance athletes and a military icon is a testament to the transformative power of courage and self-improvement. He didn't wallow in self-pity or make excuses. He took responsibility for his life and turned it around. But here's the bitter pill. This journey is not easy. It's not glamorous. It involves stripping away the parts of you that hinder growth, and that's not a pleasant process. It hurts, It's uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Just like a wound needs to be cleaned before it can heal, you need to confront and deal with your weaknesses before you can overcome them. So how do you navigate this treacherous path? You start by setting achievable goals. You write them down, break them into smaller tasks, and tackle them one at a time. You surround yourself with people who push you to be better, who challenge you, who make you want to rise. And above all, you persist, you endure, you keep pushing, even when the going gets tough. Life, as they say, is filled with challenges. It's filled with chaos, betrayal, and malevolence. But by taking on the responsibility of personal growth, by disciplining yourself, by confronting your demons, you can create order out of this chaos. You can find meaning in the mayhem. You can turn life's trials into triumphs. All right, let's pull up for a second and consider what we've dived into. We've unraveled the profound and transformative power of martial arts, delved into the mindset of a fighter, explored the various philosophical interpretations of courage, and then stepped into the tough but rewarding path of personal growth. This journey is filled with trials and tribulations. But what's life without a good fight, right? The fighter's mindset. It's not just about throwing punches or executing a perfect kick. No, it's a lens through which to view the world. It's a way of life. It's about grit, tenacity, resilience, and the courage to get back up no matter how many times life knocks you down. It's about constantly pushing your boundaries, smashing through your comfort zones, and reaching for the stars. The beauty of it is, you don't need to be a martial artist to adopt this mindset. You could be a student, a banker, an artist, or a chef. The arena doesn't matter. What matters is your attitude, your perseverance, your willingness to fight through life's challenges. Now remember, this journey isn't a walk in the park. It's more like a trek through uncharted wilderness. It's arduous, it's demanding, and it's damn scary at times. But if you're willing to take the first step, if you're willing to face your fears, to confront your weaknesses, to challenge your limits, you'll come out the other side stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Life doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. Be great.